Chapter 8. The Lesson. Finals day arrived too soon. Zeno woke with every muscle screaming in protest. The welts from rain, the bruises from brick, the exhaustion from multiple fights. It all caught up at once. He dressed slowly, testing his range of motion. Acceptable. Not ideal, but acceptable. The arena was packed to capacity for the finals. Every seat filled, standing room only, and the betting windows doing brisk business. The odds heavily favored Kai, but enough people had been captivated by Zeno's underdog story that bets on him carried sentimental optimism. In the staging area, Zeno went through his pre-fight routine. Across the room, Kai sat in meditation, as calm and centered as he'd been before every match. If he was concerned about facing the pressure point fighter, he showed no sign. The announcer's voice boomed. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for, the spring tournament finals. The crowd roared. In one corner, 3-time spring tournament champion, Summer Open Division veteran, Kai. Kai stood and walked to the arena entrance, acknowledging the cheers with a slight nod. And in the other corner, the underdog story of the season, at just 14 years old, in his very first tournament, Zeno. The crowd's cheer was different, louder, more emotional, tinged with hope that maybe the impossible might happen. They walked out together. For the first time, Zeno truly felt the weight of the moment. This wasn't just another fight. This was the culmination of everything. His father's teachings, Stone's brutal training, Shadow's stealth lessons, Rose's psychological instruction. The referee positioned them. Standard rules. Fight until yield, knockout, or ring out. Begin. Kai didn't rush. He advanced at a measured pace, his posture defensive but not passive, giving Zeno no obvious openings. Zeno circled, looking for an angle, but Kai mirrored his movement perfectly. The crowd grew quiet, watching the tactical dance. Zeno feinted a strike. Kai didn't bite, just adjusted his stance slightly to defend the angle Zeno had threatened. He's not giving me anything, he's making me come to him. Zeno moved in, attempting a pressure point strike to Kai's wrist. Kai's hand deflected it smoothly while simultaneously reaching for Zeno's extended arm. Zeno pulled back just in time, but Kai had already reset. Zeno tried again, feint high, strike low. Kai read the combination and shifted his weight, letting the strike miss while maintaining perfect balance. Then Kai countered. It happened so fast, Zeno barely registered it. Kai's hand grabbed his arm, pulled while sweeping his legs, and suddenly, Zeno was airborne. He hit the ground hard, wind knocked from his lungs. Before he could recover, Kai had moved into a dominant position, controlling his wrist with one hand while preparing a submission with the other. Zeno twisted desperately, using every escape Stone had taught him. He managed to slip partially free and scramble to his feet. But he'd already learned something terrifying. Kai was faster, stronger, and more experienced, and his defensive style perfectly countered precision strikes. They reset. Zeno tried to apply pressure points again, but Kai simply wouldn't give him clean targets. Every strike was deflected or avoided, and each deflection created an opportunity for Kai to counter. The second takedown was faster, an arm drag that turned into a throw, putting Zeno flat on his back with Kai controlling one arm in the joint lock. You're telegraphing every strike, Kai said quietly, his voice calm. Your eyes focus on the target before you move. Your shoulder dips slightly before each attack, and your footwork is predictable. It wasn't trash talk. It was an instruction. Zeno tapped, signaling acknowledgement, and Kai released immediately. The crowd was silent now, hope fading as they watched the reality of the skill gap. Zeno tried to adjust. No more telegraphing, no more predictable footwork. But Kai had years of experience. Every adjustment Zeno made, Kai countered effortlessly. The third takedown came when Zeno tried targeting Kai's legs, the same strategy that had worked against Brick. But Kai simply sprawled, defending perfectly, and used Zeno's committed position to apply a rear chokehold. Darkness crept at Zeno's vision edges. He tapped frantically. Kai released immediately. "You're tiring. Your injuries from yesterday are affecting your movement. And you're fighting my fight instead of finding your own." They stood again. Zeno's lungs burned. His wrists throbbed. And Kai looked like he hadn't broken a sweat. The fourth takedown was almost gentle. Kai read Zeno's desperate combination, sidestepped the entire sequence, and simply guided him to the ground with minimal force. Then he applied an armbar that would dislocate Zeno's shoulder if he didn't yield. "This is the difference between us right now," Kai said softly. "Not talent, not technique. Experience, understanding, thousands of hours of training that you haven't had yet." Zeno tapped again. For the final engagement, Kai's expression held something like respect. "I'm not going to quit," Zeno said, settling back into stance despite the pain. "I know," Kai said. "That's why you're worth teaching." They engaged one final time. Zeno tried everything he had left, every technique, every trick, every ounce of determination. But Kai was simply too skilled. The final takedown was decisive. Kai caught him mid-strike, turned him, and applied a rear naked choke that was textbook perfect. Zeno had seconds before in consciousness. He tapped. "Winner by submission, Kai. Your spring tournament champion." The crowd erupted for Kai's dominance, but also for Zeno's determination in the face of overwhelming odds. Kai helped him to his feet and steadied him when his legs wobbled. "You have raw talent," he said quietly. "But talent needs refinement. Find a real teacher, someone who can show you what I showed you today, but slower and with actual instruction instead of demonstration." "Where do I find that?" Kai smiled slightly. "If you're supposed to find it, it'll find you." The trophy ceremony passed in a blur. Kai received his fourth spring tournament championship. Zeno stood on the second-place platform, accepting the runner-up medal while the crowd cheered. But all Zeno could think about was how decisively he'd been beaten. Not humiliated. Kai had been too respectful. But thoroughly, completely outmatched by someone who operated on an entirely different level. As the ceremony concluded, Zeno sat alone in the staging area, processing everything. That was quite a performance. Zeno looked up to find an older man standing nearby. Lean, weathered features, intense eyes that seemed to see more than they should. The same man who'd been watching from the VIP section all 3 days. "The pressure point technique," the man continued. "I haven't seen it used in competition in many years. It's a rare style. Very rare." The man studied Zeno with professional interest. "I'm a teacher myself. I run a dojo north of the city. I'm always looking for students with potential and unique skills. You want to train me? I want to evaluate you properly first. What I saw in the tournament was raw talent and determination, but also fundamental gaps. The pressure point technique is fascinating, but you're using it without proper foundational combat knowledge." The man gestured vaguely. "My dojo is north of the city, about an hour's walk into the forest. Path marked with white stones. Come tomorrow at dawn if you're interested. Bring what you need for an extended stay. What's your name?" The man smiled slightly. "If you come to the dojo, you'll learn that and much more. For now, just know that I'm someone who understands combat at a level that very few in Valdris can match." He turned and disappeared into the dispersing crowd before Zeno could ask anything else. Zeno sat in the staging area, his mind racing. A mysterious master offering training. A dojo north of the city. A path marked with white stones. Follow the path marked with white stones. The same description from his father's note about finding Master Kael. Cinna found him still sitting there. Who was that? I'm not sure, Zeno said honestly. But I think I'm about to find out. Tomorrow at dawn, he would follow the white stones and hopefully find the answers he desperately needed.